Welcome to the 2024 Golden Lock Awards. We are putting on a final award show in this format, and at the end of it, we're going to tell you all about everything that is to come in the future.
We are room escape artists, and we're in our 10th year covering escape rooms and immersive games. We provide written reviews, tours, a podcast, and a professional convention. The Golden Lock Award has just a few rules. We've established no arbitrary minimum or maximum number of games that can win the award. A company can win for multiple games, and a room escape artist reviewer had to play and review the game between April 1st of 2023 and March 31st of 2024. All room escape artist reviewers nominated their favorite games for the award, and it was a team effort to decide who would be the winners.
Without further ado, let's dive right into the awards. We have a lot of them to give tonight.
The category of tabletop escape games has the fewest winners this year. We play and enjoy a lot of tabletop escape games, but only a handful have recently pushed what these games can be, for example, through narrative design and artistic components. The first Golden Lock Award winner is The Morrison Game Factory by Post Curious. The playful facade was inviting, but it was the touching personal narrative that drew us into the Morrison Game Factory. We wanted to solve, and we wanted to read because we cared.
Our next Golden Lock Award goes to The Medusa Report by Diorama. The Medusa Report was meticulously innovative in the genre of narrative tabletop puzzle games, with deeply satisfying puzzles and absolutely gorgeous design. And don't even get me started on the quality, realism, and variety of the paper and printing.
The next Golden Lock Award goes to Never House by Dark Park Games. Dark Park are masters of atmosphere and surprise, and that translated deeply into their tabletop game, Never House. The marquee prop from Never House now rests proudly on our mantle as both a beautiful piece and a great memory. Our next category are format breakers. This new category is home to an assortment of innovations on the escape room format, honoring experiences that don't quite fit neatly into other categories, but are deserving of accolades nonetheless. In past years, we would have snubbed these games because they broke the mold, and we are committed to ensuring that this never happens again.
This genre-defying game celebrates the bizarre and the imperfections inherent in the creative process. It makes networking and pitching ideas fun, safe, and approachable for both introverts and extroverts alike. Imagineer duels will make you laugh and inspire you all at the same time. And everybody with a ticket to Recon 24 Los Angeles will get to experience this incredible event.
Phantom Peak in London, UK. Phantom Peak is a fully functioning town with engaging characters, intricately rendered environments, and seasonally refreshed gameplay and storylines. From platypuses to Adonic abs, this world is filled with ridiculous and endearing world building that entices visitors to play in so many different ways.
The next recipient of the Golden Lock Award is the Sherlock Home, a house of conundrums in San Antonio, Texas. As both an Airbnb and a 4-hour game, the Sherlock Home offered endless atmosphere, genuine surprises, and a mind-boggling attention to detail. Wrapping us in a blanket of puzzles against the glow of a fireplace, it transformed the urgency and chaos of a regular escape room into a coziness and intimacy that felt like home, because, at least for a night, it was home.
Heresy 1897 Replayed by Doors of Divergence. The first time that we played Heresy 1897, we liked it. The second time we played Heresy 1897, we loved it. The way that Doors of Divergence created two paths through the same game was nothing short of remarkable. The next winner is Madness 1917 Replayed, also by Doors of Divergence. The first time that we played Madness 1917, we loved it. Then we played it 3 more times, and each time explored a dramatically new story within the same space. Doors of Divergence used performance, lighting, and game design to achieve rewarding replayability. I want to play this again. I hope that someone can help Doors of Divergence find a new venue.
The next winner is The Perfect Heist by Boxaroo in Boston, Massachusetts. Ballroom escape games are one of the oldest forms of the medium. With The Perfect Heist, Boxaroo bolstered the strengths of the format and mitigated its weaknesses through impeccable puzzle design, elegant props, and surprising encounters. The Perfect Heist is the most perfect ballroom escape game that we have played in a decade. The next winner is Wild Heart Ranch in 29 Palms, California. Wild Heart Ranch was exciting and rejuvenating. This enchanting escape room Airbnb in the desert outside of Joshua Tree let us spend a couple of nights living in a world that was just a little more fantastic than the real one, taking full advantage of its environment all along the way.
The Lost Cabinet by Sherlocked. The video game series The Room has influenced so many escape room creators. With The Lost Cabinet, Sherlocked took their digital inspiration and birthed it into the world, maintaining all of the magic and mystique, but making it real.
If you haven't yet, tune into our podcast, now in its 7th season, where hosts David Spira and PG Law interview incredible creators of escape rooms and immersive games. At its core, it's a show about people who make amazing things. Whether you are a player or a creator, these lovingly produced episodes will make you look at this medium in a new way. This category emerged during the pandemic and was specifically virtual and remote play versions of real-life escape games. But then it transformed into virtually native escape games. In recent years, at Room Escape Artist, we've expanded our coverage of this category to include video games and VR that combine puzzles with storytelling. And the winners in this category excel at this intersection.
Our next Golden Luck Award goes to the online game Underground Blossom by Rusty Lake. Rusty Lake uses a novel narrative structure to tell the fascinating story of a young girl's journey to adulthood. Underground Blossom not only shows off the twisted sense of humor we all come to love, but it also makes you feel like time flies by when you solve its puzzles.
The next award goes to Chance of Sonar from Focus Entertainment. Chance of Sonar brilliantly puts the player through observational puzzles to decipher the languages of its engrossing world's different inhabitants. It's hard to put this game down, as you'll always be wanting to translate just one more word or solve just one more of the tower's various puzzles and mysteries.
The Seventh Guest VR. The Seventh Guest VR is a reimagining of a popular 1993 CD-ROM game originally produced by Trilobyte. The updated version produced by Vertigo Games is a stellar entry into the VR puzzling genre. What sets this game apart from others, in my opinion, is the use of volumetric capture of the acting performances. So while the entire venue you're in is virtual, the actors are video performance in 360, and you can walk around them and explore from every angle. With enjoyable puzzles and an engaging narrative, this game quickly made it into my top list of VR recommendations. Congratulations on your Golden Lock. Rise of the Fungi. Rise of the Fungi was a delightful follow-up to The Keeper and the Fungus Among Us, a game that emerged during the pandemic lockdown and quickly became a favorite amongst enthusiasts. From adorable miniature sets, charming characters you would encounter throughout the game, challenging puzzles, and a puntastic rock opera soundtrack, this game is a must-play. And your game master seems like a real fun guy. Congratulations on your Golden Lock.
This year, Recon, the Reality Escape Convention, will be live in Los Angeles, California on August 18th and 19th, 2024. This event is open to all, with content focusing on professionals and aspiring professionals in the escape room and immersive gaming space. Our show floor is rapidly filling with incredible sponsors and vendors. Our tickets are selling well. Our hotel just expanded our room capacity. Don't miss out. Come join the learning, friendship, and fun. Our team has an amazing event lined up. Tickets are on sale now at realityescapecon.com. The next category are escape rooms, the main event, our bread and butter. the only category that existed when we started this award back in 2015. This year, our team played an unprecedented number of incredible games, and as a result, we will be honoring far more games than usual. Every single one is deserving.
The next award goes to Project Reset from Immersion in Boisbriand, Quebec, Canada. Project Reset is a terrific game. Project Reset is an amazing game. Project Reset is a wonderful game. Our next winner is Wardrobe for Sale from Escaparium in Laval, Quebec, Canada. While trying to purchase a wardrobe, we found an incredible adventure, made a wonderful friend, and really played 2 full escape rooms inside one piece of furniture.
The next winner is The Forgotten Cathedral by Escaparium in Laval, Quebec, Canada. The Forgotten Cathedral was a jaw-dropping, immense experience that somehow managed to stand out within Escaparium Laval, a company known for overwhelmingly large and ambitious games. The Forgotten Cathedral demonstrated Escaparium's control over both wow moments and subtlety.
Our next Golden Lock Award goes to Robotopia from Omascape in Sunnyvale, California. In Robotopia, Omascape blended puzzling, immersion, and fun in one complete entertaining package. Through repeated transformations and creative interactions utilizing the full environment, we enjoyed playing in this fully realized world. I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords.
Our next Golden Lock Award goes to The Golden Phoenix by Miraculum in Berlin, Germany. The Golden Phoenix told a thoroughly magical tale with a scintillating set, some unusual uses of space, and an astonishing animatronic. Though it fell squarely in an overcrowded genre, the gameplay managed to make wizardry feel fresh again. Our next Golden Lock Award goes to The Movies Experience by the Push Mystery Room in Belgium. The Movies Experience harnessed our deep-rooted nostalgia for the cinema as it guided us on a transportive journey through the classics. As much Hollywood prop museum as escape room, the level of detail and passion were truly incredible. We didn't want this adventure to end.
The Storykeeper by Locurio in Seattle, Washington. From the performative onboarding to the way we were pulled deeper and deeper into the environment and narrative, The Storykeeper was way ahead of its time. The combination of challenging puzzles with story elements created a truly rewarding experience.
The Ghost of Mentryville by Arcane Escape Room. The Ghost of Mentryville might have the highest proportion of awesomeness per square foot in the escape room world. Arcane Escape Room achieves so much with so little, running a clinic on how to use a small space, low budget, and limited tech to craft an incredible experience.
This Golden Lock goes to Crazy Train from Duldrix in Kissimmee, Florida. This zany black and white cartoon world was the epitome of joyous. It was artistic, elevated by incredible video production. In the pursuit of the nefarious scheme and plots, the sillier the action, the better the moment.
Our next Golden Lock Award goes to Hans Revenge by De Guden Kui in Belgium. So freaking cool. Hans Revenge told the zany story of feuding fan and air conditioner companies. Prefaced by one of the most impressive intro videos we've seen to date, this was an impressive adventure from start to finish, with so many surprising twists and turns.
Molly's Game by Down the Hatch. The opening of Molly's Game was instantly impactful, demonstrating a refinement and intricacy that persisted throughout. From the small details to the revolutionary scene transitions, the entire experience was captivating.
Stay in the Dark blended escape room, immersive horror, and urban exploration on an absolutely massive scale. Throughout 5 floors of an abandoned chemical factory building, we encountered larger-than-life theatrics, cinematic scoring and lighting, and a nearly perfect ramp-up in intensity.
The next winner is Jason's Legacy by Outerground in the Netherlands. With a foreboding atmosphere and smooth gameplay, Jason's Legacy progressed with intensity. In Outerground's dark tribute to their original location, they again constructed a 2-story house, which unfolded before us in surprising places.
Our next Golden Lock Award goes to The Toy Factory by Escape Room Antwerp in Belgium. The Toy Factory was dark, atmospheric, and utterly original. Taking us through the entire toy manufacturing process, the gameplay was unforgettably creative. Our next Golden Lock Award goes to Ghost Hunter Brandon Darkmoor by The Room in Berlin, Germany. Ghost Hunter Brandon Darkmoor was a theatrical marvel, hitting a plethora of high notes equally through its acting, lighting, special effects, end-to-end immersion, and impressively mimetic gameplay. We quickly lost count of how many jaw-droppingly gorgeous scenes and surreal transitions we'd experienced.
Our next Golden Lock Award goes to Seed of Hope from the Sanctuary Escape in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The Sanctuary Escape pushed the envelope with hump-based design choices and special effects that created an immersive experience beyond the typical escape room. With creative puzzles and a compelling story, Seed of Hope used small details and big moments to create an impressive experience that I won't soon forget.
The next winner is The Alchemist by Sherlock in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. The Alchemist is a wonder factory. Built with impossible machines, each stunning in their own right, Sherlock managed to pull all of these pieces together into something that is far more than the sum of its incredible parts.
The next Golden Lock Award goes to Escape Room Junkie for Corpse Inc. in Rijswijk, the Netherlands. Every scene in this unusual heist built a layer of tension that kept us on edge. Impressively, each obstacle to our ultimate goal was unique, requiring a different type of ingenuity to overcome. The twist was entertaining and the adrenaline rush exhilarating.
Our next Golden Lock Award goes to Forest of Echoes by Next Level Escape in Sydney, Australia. With each puzzle path introducing us to a different character's perspectives and desires, Forest of Echoes demonstrated how small personal stakes can be the most meaningful. Nearly a single-room game, a brilliant approach to lighting allowed us to travel through time rather than space.
Illusion by Epic Escape. Illusion built gradually as the onboarding transitioned seamlessly into a story of magic and mystery told through props, set details, and scene changes, and accentuated by dramatic reveals, especially one that made us the center of attention.
The next Golden Lock Award goes to the Non-Believers from Your Escape in Leiden, the Netherlands. The Non-Believers pulled us into their world from the very first moment. Each magnificent scene transition thrust us further into the depths of a vast, grim, and impressive world. This game made me a believer. Play it, and you'll be one too. The next Golden Lock Award goes to Secret Mission from the game in Paris, France. Secret Mission is just that, a secret, and I can't spoil it. But I can tell you this is a must-play if you're in Paris. It was a heart-pounding adventure, and the most fun you'll have that you'll never tell anyone about.
Our next Golden Lock Award goes to Mr. Pepper's Toy Shop by The Cipher Room in Sydney, Australia. Mr. Pepper's Toy Shop played with tension and anticipation through delightfully intricate reveals, both small and large. A texturally rich environment was home to a veritable army of creepy toys turned into creative puzzles. Our next Golden Lock Award goes to Click and Glitch by the Escape Ventures in Port Charlotte, Florida. Click and Glitch made us feel like kids again as we snuck into our local arcade. A true cat and mouse game headlined by two original characters, the rapid-fire puzzle dopamine hits and playful moments never stopped coming. Our next Golden Lock Award goes to La Rebellion by The Cipher Room in Sydney, Australia. La Rebellion was a historical thriller with exquisite prop design, the color grading of a top-tier film, clever environmentally situated puzzles, and a jaw-dropping finale.
As you've seen from the awards, we've grown since we started this website 10 years ago. There's a whole team at Room Escape Artists working together to build a sustainable escape room and immersive gaming industry into the future. Your Patreon support, both financial and emotional, makes all of this possible. When you support us on Patreon, You'll get early access to reviews, bonus podcast content, and access to our Discord channel where we chat about all things escape rooms and other things. Your support fuels us. It truly enables Room Escape artists to exist. And for those of you watching who are already supporters, thank you.
As we alluded to at the beginning of this show, the next section is correcting the past. This year, as we prepare to completely change the Golden Lock Award, we have decided to review our past work, identifying games that should have won in the year that we reviewed them, but they didn't, usually due to our, in retrospect, needlessly complicated rules. Or, in a few instances, due to an error of some kind on our end. We have broken these awards out into subcategories, directly addressing why these games didn't win at the time. Our first correcting the past category are games that didn't fit a category. Experiences that are amazing but a bit too different have always been a struggle to evaluate. Over the years, we have gotten better at handling unusual experiences from an editorial standpoint, but they still never had a home in the Golden Lock Award. They do now.
Our next winner is Drago's Castle by 5 Wits, with multiple locations around the US. When we went to 5 Wits, it felt so dramatically different from escape rooms. With years of progression amongst the highest end of the escape room world, the similarities have shined brighter with time. From the puzzles to the environment to the effects, it's remarkable just how old Drago's Castle is. It still feels fresh today.
Boda Borg in Boston, Massachusetts. Boda Borg's decades-long run of blending puzzles, teamwork, and physicality pushed us to think more broadly about immersive entertainment and really has inspired a new wave of similar businesses that ask us to change our bodies as well as our minds. Level 99 in Boston, Massachusetts. Level 99 is just as aesthetically cool as it is technically impressive. To top it off, the environment is deeply welcoming, with industry-leading food and beverage service that is so good you could just go for the food alone. We keep going back, not to review, but just to play.
It's not that I didn't trust David. It's just that we were a team of 2 back then, and we made every decision as a team of 2. So these games that should have been recognized long ago never were. One I've since played, and the others I'll never get to experience. But we have the reviews as time capsules of these incredible games.
The Great Houdini Escape Room by Palace Games. After all these years, The Great Houdini Escape Room feels like the platonic ideal of an early escape room. Palace Games took their historic setting, breathed a little fantasy into it, and brought it to life. If I could preserve only one early escape room forever, it would be The Great Houdini Escape Room. The Lance of Longinus by Time Run. Lance of Longinus was years ahead of its time, blending story, setting, and gameplay into an adventurous world populated by characters that we cared about and respected. Time Run crafted every moment of our stay, from the second that we entered their door until we were eventually released back into the lesser real world. The Celestial Chain, also by Time Run. The Celestial Chain pushed on the limits of escape room throughput, doing so in a way that created narrative tension and drama by having their timer be a vengeful god chasing us through time. Time Run didn't just innovate creatively, they asked the important question: how do you make something big, beautiful, and expensive, but do it in a financially sustainable way? Our next subcategory are games that didn't win because another game won that year. Our largest corrections category is for games that were eked out by other games at the same company. At the time, we instituted this rule because we were worried that the award show would become excessively focused on a few companies with many great games. In practice, we were rewarding companies that we visited annually and punishing companies where we played years' worth of their work in a single visit.
The next winner is The Orphanage by Dark Park in the Netherlands. A masterclass in lighting and sound design, The Orphanage had absolute control over the atmosphere. Dark Park has long been one of the most consistently high-performing escape room companies that we have encountered, and The Orphanage demonstrates their control over the subtleties of escape game design.
Our next winner is Red Sled Redemption from Duldrix in Kissimmee, Florida. Since we first visited Red Sled Redemption at the Holly Jolly Hubcap Repair Shop, it has been one of our go-to examples of how to achieve excellence with limited technology in a small, one-room space. Not only did Duldrix prove it is possible, they did so while mostly building this phenomenal game out of children's toys.
Our next winner is Blackwell Manor by New Mexico Escape Room in Albuquerque. An incredible tribute to excess, the beautiful facade of this haunted two-story Victorian manor captivates every player walking into every other game at New Mexico Escape Room, taunting them to explore its secrets. As impeccable sound and lighting design guided us, and the intensity amped up with well-timed scares, the gameplay told us the grim fates of these characters.
The Trust Experiment by Crossroads Escape Games. The Trust Experiment, previously known as Psych Ward, blended escape rooms with social deduction games, expertly fostering a sense of paranoia amongst players as we frantically solved puzzles. The frenzy was never a permanent state, as a performer moved the plot along by initiating brilliant and memorable scenes. Crossroads Escape Games was ahead of its time when they made this one.
Our next winner is Evil Robots by the Nemesis Club in Phoenix. From the 60s retro-futuristic aesthetic to the characters and storytelling, Evil Robots was polished and joyous. In the last act, the Nemesis Club truly paid off the promise of the premise.
CU Adventures Revenge of the Cabin in Urbana, Illinois. Revenge of the Cabin was a joyful yet creepy homage to classic horror films. Loaded with crafty gameplay and clever moments, there was something for everyone in CU Adventures' rendition of the old Cabin in the Woods tale.
Our next Golden Lock Award goes to Kami Temple by Escape Center in Rishon LeZion, Israel. Kami Temple featured impeccably elegant puzzle design and creative physical inputs, all set in a peaceful yet intricate Japanese temple.
This Golden Lock goes to Servants of Slight from the Exit Games Florida in Clearwater, Florida. Love and reverence for the magical arts was put on beautiful display in Servants of Slight. With each act change, the Exit Games added joy and intrigue, crafting a captivating sequence of events that enchants visitors.
Our next winner is Operation Arctic Storm: The Final Meltdown by the Escape Ventures in Orlando. Operation Arctic Storm: The Final Meltdown used space expertly, transitioning from the cramped quarters of Arctic living to the snowy terrain, and concluding with a dramatic escape from the perils of this unusual environment. Sometimes the perspective of half a dozen years makes all the difference. With these winners, at the time we played, we appreciated what made them different, but we also saw some of the seams and failed to recognize them for how truly revolutionary they were.
The next award goes to Popstar's Room of Doom from Scrap. In Popstar's Room of Doom, Scrap introduced North America to the time loop escape room. This has slowly been catching on as a genre, but at the time it was revolutionary. When we played it, we were caught up in how hilariously utilitarian the set was, but as time progressed, we have found ourselves appreciating how much it accomplished with almost nothing in the game space.
Spellbound Supper, Real Escape Games by Scrap. Played at a small white dinner table with a server delivering our courses, Spellbound Supper projected magic onto the tabletop. Scrap demonstrated their incredible ingenuity and delivered a massive amount of gameplay into just a few square feet. In the immersive world, so many projection-based experiences feel hollow and empty, but Spellbound Supper was delicious. Our final Correcting the Past category is a game that we just forgot. To close out the 2024 Golden Lock Awards, we simply asked the Room Escape Artists team, did we forget anyone? The answer was yes. The other categories had logic underpinning the decisions at the time, This one is legitimately embarrassing.
Our next Golden Lock Award goes to Lost in the Shuffle by Spencer Beebe. This puzzle game and a deck of playing cards got lost in the shuffle last year, but behind its compact, minimalist presentation is an elegant and thoughtfully designed game that makes clever use of multimedia. It's full of humor and flush with aha moments that build to a triumphant conclusion.
So now let's talk about all of the changes that we promised at the beginning of this ceremony. Longtime followers of the Golden Lock Award will know that we were the first escape room award show. While we can't claim that it was the most innovative idea, our end-of-year celebration of escape rooms was rapidly surrounded by an ever-growing collection of awards. Some of these awards do an amazing job of helping players find wonderful games, but by the time we were doing our awards, even we were tired of escape room award season. So we moved ours to the spring, but that only revealed more of what was frustrating us with the award show format. The truth is, it just isn't timely. Some of the games that we were honoring were reviewed a year ago, and nearly all of the winners were telegraphed by glowing reviews, so we decided to make a change.
Following this award show, we will no longer wait a year to bestow a Golden Lock Award. When we publish reviews of games that are winning, the review will include the award. The award will have a new design, and it will recognize the year that the game won. We will celebrate each winning game when we first cover it on Room Escape Artist.
This is our new award. Starting in May, we will issue Golden Lock Awards immediately to games that we feel meet the current standard. At the end of the year, we will put all of the winners together into a single post, and we will do an award show in 2025, but it will be profoundly different from the one that you just watched.
On behalf of the entire Room Escape Artist team, congratulations to all of the Golden Lock Award winners, past and present.